So today we're going to talk about what you're going to be getting in your English classes. So first thing you're going to get is the practice choice sheet. This is what we'll fill out today together, where you will be able to see what classes you should be taking for next year. You will get the real ones on January 17th for sign-up days. This is where you're going to go through each of your class periods and have your teacher sign off on approval for the courses you've selected for the following year. So for example, if you're in geometry this year and you're signing up for Algebra 2 next year, your geometry teacher will sign off for Algebra 2. So math for math, science for science, etc. Next, you're going to be getting a copy of your choice sheet. You're going to be getting the paper one, but just know the electronic one is here as well, linked in. And so for any class, if you want the course description, you would just click on the class and you can access it, and it'll give you everything you possibly need in regards to how the class is taught, the grading structure, description, homework load. That's all going to be here for you. Next, we're going to talk about ACC. Every one of you is getting an ACC handout. If you want to take an ACC course this summer or in the fall, you must, it's mandatory, no exceptions, go to one of the ACC lunches we will be hosting in the library great room the week of January 17th. You will have 4 lunches to go to. There's one held both days during each lunch. You must bring your lunch with you that day. You will not have time to go stand in line and then bring your lunch to the library. That will waste too much time. You just need to bring a sack lunch that day and eat during the meeting. Okay, so just the overall details of everything. So just putting it all in one place. This is actually on that sample sign-up sheet as well. So January 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. These are your ACC information lunches. Again, mandatory if you want to take a class this summer or the fall. If you're like, I'm not sure, well, then you better go as well, because you need to have that on your to-do list in order to take something. So even if you change your mind and want to sign up later. Again, sign-up days will be on the 17th or 18th when you get your teacher signatures. 19th and 20th. So the end of that week, you're going to return your completed choice sheet to your counselor's office. The week of January 23rd through 24th, your counselor will meet with you one-on-one real quickly to verify your courses. The good thing is you already had your freshman one-on-one conferences in the fall where you talked about this with your parents. So hopefully you already have an idea of what you are wanting to take. Then on the 25th and 26th, we're going to meet with each 10th grader one-on-one, counselor and student. Again, y'all have already had your sophomore conferences. So this, again, you should already have a good idea of what you're wanting to take. And then 11th graders, starting in February, we will be meeting with you and your parents for a junior conference where we'll talk about course selections and college applications. So all of this is coming. So by around spring break, everybody's course selections will be selected. So for the practice choice sheet, something to keep in mind, everybody must take the 4 core classes. So 4 English, 4 math, 4 social studies, 4 science. You've got to take those every year. You also need to make sure, whether you're taking it this year or another year, that you've got your 2 language credits done. So 2 credits of the same language. So Spanish 1, Spanish 2, German 1, German 2. You need to take 1 year of a fine art, 1 year of PE, and 7 other courses over the 4 years. If you are a junior this year, you really need to make sure when you're signing up for your courses for your senior year that all of this is covered. So this is what the example of what the choice sheet will look like when you're done. So I filled this out as a sophomore. So I'm a 10th grader and I'm going to sign up for English 3. So I'm going to write, using my choice sheet, the course number. Since it's a year-long course, you may write just English 3 and draw a line over. U.S. history would be my social studies. So I'm going to write the course number. However, I'm making a note here for my counselor that I'm planning to take this at ACC. So that means I have to go to one of the ACC lunches, and then I'm putting a little star here, and I'm telling my counselor, if I take U.S. history over the summer, please put me in office aid. Then I put Algebra 2, full year course. Then I put Physics, full year course. I also want to take AP Psychology. So it's not a full year course. It's 2 semester courses. So I have to put the 2 course numbers and the 2 names. However, I'm putting a circle here and drawing it down. I plan on trying out for pros or PALs. So if you're going to try out for PALs, you're going to put a little note here saying, if I make it in to PALs, take me out of psychology. Then I'm going to take DIM, medical interventions, and then I want 1 off block, which juniors are allowed to have 1, seniors 2. As long as you're passing everything, you are allowed that. Okay, so let's look at the possible pathways. So what you're going to do on all of these charts is you're going to find the grade you're currently sitting in. So if you're in 9th grade, you're going to find which class you're in. Are you in English 1 or Advanced English 1? You'll move over to the 10th grade column and you'll pick the 10th grade column. If you're in 10th grade this year, you will pick what you're at and then you will decide what you're going to take. Something noticing here was we have a new course, On-Ramps English 3. This is another dual credit option, except for this dual credit up here is our ACC. This is where you have to do all the ACC paperwork, pass the TSI, get all this done. On-Ramps is through UT Austin. You don't have to do the TSI. You don't have to go to those lunch meetings, and you can walk away with the same college credits that you would as in this dual credit English 3 at ACC. So this is a good option as well. Okay, math. This is probably the most tricky one because there's just multiple options. You would find the class you're in. So again, if you're in 10th grade, Geometry Investigations, 11th grade, you would probably go into Algebra 2 Investigations. If you're in the IB, this is going to be your math pathway. So for example, if you're in advanced pre-cal as a sophomore, you're going to get to choose analysis 2 next year. Okay, social studies. Again, you're going to find your pathway. So for example, if you're in A-Push as a junior, you're probably going to be going into AP Gov and AP Econ. And again, if you want to take a social studies class over the summer, you still have to sign up for that course in the level you want to take here, but draw a line down to the bottom with, if you take it over the summer, what would we replace? But we're signing you up for your social studies course until you prove to us you have the credit for it. Science. Again, find the science you're in this year, move over to the column, and then you will write that course down. Foreign language. You are just going to be writing which one you're in and the next one over. So if you're in French 1, sign up for French 2. I will point out a note for American Sign Language. When you look at the choice sheet, we now do offer Advanced American Sign Language 2, 3, and 4. So there is an advanced option. So I would recommend communicating with your ASL teachers on which one you should be signing up for. Then we have all of these fine art options and all of these PE options. You will notice band and dance can count for both. So that is a definite possibility as well. We have all these other academy options for electives that can count towards those 7. But just something, a general note, if you take more than the required amount of credits in an area. So for example, if you already have Art 1 and you take Art 2, did you need a second fine art? No, but it's not wasted. It goes down into those 7 elective requirements. It can be the same for math. If you take 4 math credits and you end up taking a 5th one, that 5th one technically counts towards your 7 elective credits. And again, I already showed you on the practice choice sheet how to fill out for PALS. Also, we offer Partners in PE, which is another great option. If you want to apply, you would see your counselor for that. And again, since those are application based, you would have to draw like a little circle or a dot and draw a line down and tell your counselor, if I make this, this is what you take me out of. Okay, so what I did is I listed out all the different pathways. So if you're in Fashion Design 1, you're going to sign up for Fashion Design 2. If you're in Fashion Design 2, you sign up for Practicum. So this is putting it in order per your elective category. The great thing about this video, if I'm going too fast, you can pause it and look at your pathway, but I want you to see that I have them for everything. They are all listed here, no matter your area of study. And again, remember on sign-up day, your current year teacher will sign off and give their blessing for the next year class. So you won't be able to accidentally sign up for something you're not eligible for. Ms. Key will definitely, our IB coordinator will be talking with our 10th grade students, making sure their 11th and 12th year course plans, I think those are even already done. Please refer to those to make sure you're good. The last thing I would recommend is make sure you're finding balance. If your 4 hardest classes were all on one day, theoretically, would you be okay with that? If you're not, then you need to change your class selection. You should be able to handle your 4 hardest classes on one day. That's called balancing your load.